So, I did a thing today, well, yesterday and today, but I made a bookmark, and it's kind of like really just nothing fancy. This is really just like a prototype, but I needed a bookmark for for one of the books I'm reading. Actually, for some of the books, and I kind of want to make it a little bit thinner, but for now, this works, right? It serves its purpose. More on the way on this. I might release this. I might create something better. Make this a little thinner, but for now, we'll just go with that. But the main topic of this video is things I've been reading. And I've been doing quite a bit of reading this year, and I have a bit of stuff to go. One of my main issues is like finding things to read and then like stopping like in the middle of it and reading something else. I think it's because like I have like a short attention span or whatever. And so yeah, what I'm currently in the middle of right now, and people, you say what you want to say. I'm reading Batman Eternal. This is volume 1, the new 52. It's old too. I've had this for a while, but I'm like reading this, and I got Doomsday Clock. So I'm currently reading that, and I have Valdor, the Horus Heresy, the Birth of the Imperium. So I'm actively reading this, and I'm halfway, or I'm like in the middle, or I don't say in the middle, but like I'm reading those. I started those other two, and these are some of the other books that I got. I got this for my birthday too, Fall Acadia, and then this new one here, Dropsite Massacre. This is the hardcover. I got this for my birthday as well from my kids. But I've been reading a lot, and I've always been reading. I never really stopped reading. I kind of like slowed down to like ebbs and flows, I guess. But one of the things that I've been doing recently is I've just been like sitting back and just like trying to enjoy my time reading, right? Or just like enjoy my time in general. And I really haven't had like the luxury of doing that a lot. And I know like with current events and things going on in life, like it's kind of difficult for me it was difficult, but like I find time to make it happen, right? And so one of the things that like I do, or like I'm very like adamant about, is not being performative about the things that I do in my real life. Like I actually sit down and read these books, and I'm actually enjoying them. And so yeah, I've just been reading, and this current one here is, if you're a Warhammer fan and you haven't read this book, it's really good. I'm almost halfway through it, and one of the things that like I don't like about Warhammer books is that like the setup for stuff, it's like it provides like a lot of different perspectives, and like it's hard to understand when the perspective changes. Like in the book, you can see when the perspective changes, right? Like I'll give you a prime example in this particular book. Let me go back like a page or two. It'll show like here. Put my sticker here, and then if you go back in like a page or two, right, on this one here. So it's like when you have like those dots right there, like this is when like the perspective shifts to somebody else. But like I did a lot of like, I started the Warhammer books with audiobooks, and you really couldn't tell when the perspective would shift to somebody else, or when another character would start talking, because like it's mid chapter, right? Like it'd be chapter 7 and I'm like a third of the way through, and then it's like it starts from like a whole different perspective, and I'm just like, wait, what? Like how does that transition, like what are we talking about? Like how does that work out? And so that was the thing that kind of like threw me off, and that was kind of like why I really wanted to get like the books in Warhammer. And then like finding these Warhammer books was a bit of a chore, in my opinion, because I went to the store, and when I was at the store, I found out that a lot of people don't read books at the store. Like I talked to the manager, and I talked to another guy who worked there, and it's like they read some of the books, but then it's like some of the books they don't read. And like that kind of threw me off, because I'm just like, I expected more from the community. And maybe that's just me, like having like an unrealistic expectation of people. But I wasn't in really a good headspace about it, because I was like, damn, like you would think that people who are into the lore and into like the information or whatever the story, like they will read the books. But then it's like some people, they see certain parts of it and it's just like, I don't like that. But then it's like, for me, I'm like the knowledge hoarder. I need all of it. Like, tell me everything. So I'm like, I want to know from the beginning, middle to the end. Like, I don't give a fuck. I want all of it. Like, I want all the Horus Heresy books. I want like all the Modern Imperium books. I want everything. And like, I'll read them all. Whether I get to read them all before I die, who knows? But like, I want it all, right? I want all that to be available to me. So I had to take a step back and be like, all right, cool. So everybody doesn't do this. Then the second thing that kind of threw me off was that like Games Workshop store doesn't have a lot of books. And I'm like, why? And I came to realize that like a lot of these books are limited production, but you can find them on Amazon. And I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Amazon, but I tried to buy from Books A Million, but it's like Books A Million doesn't have a lot of the older stuff. Or when they do, you have to ship it to your house. But then I was like, just get off Amazon because Amazon Prime. So that's how I ended up with these books here. And I got all of these as a Christmas gift for my kids. Now, the comic books, on the other hand, are readily available. But that's really just what I'm reading. Maybe this bookmark will evolve. I'll use it and then see. I really do like this filament though. But if y'all want to see another bookmark, you know, if you will buy one, let me know. I'll sell it to you. I'll send you one if you want it. If you ask nicely, I'll print you one and send it to you. But hey, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm reading. I don't have any book clubs or anything like that. I do have a Discord server though. I'll put the link in the description for that, but that's about it. So